What's up, my friends? Welcome back to another episode of the Scotty Taylor Jr. Success Money Mindset Podcast. Today's episode, as you can tell already because I'm holding the camera, is going to be a little bit different than the other episodes I've recorded in the past. Because in this episode specifically, I want to share with you how I create a world-class, incredible office space that looks good, that sounds good, because this is the starting point for your authority. Now, I talk to advisors every single day. I hop on Zoom calls, I'm chatting with them, and we do a lot of live video calls. And something that I've observed is that a lot of advisors have this background. The video quality is not very good. The audio quality is terrible. They're not presenting themselves very well, which is so interesting because they're so smart, they're so talented, they have so much capability. But I can just share with you, when I jump on a call with somebody and they have a professional background, they look good, the audio quality is good, the lighting is good, I'm immediately thinking that they are an authority. I'm like, if they're gonna put that level of energy and attention into their background, I'm like, I'm listening. And so this is something that I've been really intentional on. So what I want to do today is actually show you specifically what I use in my office, what I use on a day-to-day basis to make my office not only feel incredible, but also look really good to the viewers that are actually looking and viewing my content. So the first thing we're going to start with, I'm going to go through all of these and I'm going to include links in the show note for everything that I have purchased, whether through Amazon or Best Buy, wherever I purchase it. I'm going to put all of it in the link in the show notes. But the first thing that I want to share with you guys is lighting. Lighting, number one. So first of all, notice how if I go like this, right? The lighting is coming at my head. This quality is not as good as this quality. Look how much better I look. Number one, if you don't have professional lighting or things like that, that's okay. Put your desk in front of a window. Do not put your desk where the window is like this. If you're thinking, oh, it's going to be really nice if these people can see outside my window, wrong. The backlit quality is, when you're backlit, the quality is not as good. It's just nowhere near as good. So first and foremost, this is how you want to be recording your content, or you want to be on your Zoom calls. So first and foremost, you want to be facing the window if you have a window. If you don't have a window, that's okay, but then position your desk in a way that the overhead lighting, if you have overhead lighting, is not going to make you look like Frankenstein. Like, you want to position it and test it out. Open up Zoom and test it out. That's number one. Number two, the second thing that I want to share with you is you have got, please, for the love of God, get a better quality camera for your computer, please. So I'm going to share with you exactly what I use. So this is the camera that I use. It's a Nexa Go camera, and I will put the link in the show notes. And here, you'll be able to see right here, look how good quality this looks on my, this is my monitor, right? So look at the quality of this. This looks professional. So these are some small tips that are going to be really helpful for you. So first of all, notice that the camera is above me. So it's looking a little bit down. So when you look at me in this picture, you're actually looking a little bit down at me, which makes it look a lot better than if I was like this, and you're looking up at me and then you're like looking directly at my chin, right? So in this situation, I get to look directly into the camera here and it looks professional, I look authoritative, and this is how you want to be positioning your camera. This camera is, I think, like $60. It is absolutely worth the investment, 1,000%. So number one, get yourself a high quality camera. You will not regret it, number one. Number two, audio quality. You have to get a better quality microphone. Now, this is not the top priority if the audio quality on your computer is already okay. And again, you could be the judge of what that sounds like. But I use a Yeti microphone. So this is the microphone that I use. It's a Yeti. It sounds great. It's high quality. It's about $100. Again, these are small things that you can invest in to make your business literally just look at yourself as an authority. So that's number two. Number three, if you want to start to step into really being an authority, then I would recommend that you actually get these types of lights. So let me back up a little bit. So as you can see, this is my desk, right? So this is my desk, and I'll show you everything on my desk in a minute, including the delicious energy drink. But these are two standing lights. So you have a standing light here, and I have a standing light here. And I'm going to show you exactly what they look like before and after, right? So this is, when I'm sitting here, this is what I look like with the lighting. We turn the lighting off. And boom. So you can see, I mean, it's not like night and day, but it's significantly better quality when the lights are on, right? And I'm using a really good quality camera, so it's gonna help smooth out the picture a little bit as it is. But when I'm on Zoom, and it's dark out or it's early in the morning, these lights are a game changer. So these lights, again, you can get two for like 80 or 90 bucks. And the cool thing is you can actually adjust the temperature. So you can make it, depending on your skin tone, you can make it a little bit warmer, you can make it a little bit cooler. For my skin tone, the cool is better for me. So like quality wise, the cool just looks better. So I keep mine on cool. Again, I set these up, and these are directly, this one is actually on my desk. So it's actually like connected to my desk. And then this one is just standing in case I want to move it, right? So that's that. The next thing that I forgot to mention, but is obviously very important, is I have my computer. So I use a MacBook, but then I have my external monitor here. And this is really, really beneficial. And the reason it's so beneficial is because when I do presentations, so if I'm going to do a presentation and I'm going to share my screen, what I do is I take whatever the thing I'm sharing and I move it to my MacBook. I move it to my actual laptop. I share my screen from my laptop, and then all my notes and everything can go up here. So everybody gets to see what's on my screen down here, but then I get to look at all my notes and everything. So when I'm looking into the camera and when I'm looking at the screen, people think I'm just talking directly to them, but I'm actually looking at my notes. Game changer. Again, this is not a huge investment. I think my monitor was like 100, 150 bucks, maybe even less now. I mean, monitors are getting pretty cheap. Again, game changer, absolute game changer. The next thing is this beautiful standing desk. So let me show you how this works. So I'm gonna go ahead, I have to put this down for 1 second, so bear with me. But you basically grab this, you pull it up, and boom, just like that. Let me see. Just like that, I now have a standing desk. So I'm able to stand up. You can see me in here. I can stand up, I can work. I also have a treadmill. So I have a little treadmill that I put here in case it is too hot here in Miami and I don't want to walk outside. Then I can actually sit here. I can walk while I work. Now, I don't typically do that when I'm not typically walking when I'm on client calls because that would probably be a little distracting for me and for my client. Let me close my standing desk back down. But it is something that I do when I am just hanging out by myself, when I'm working on content, when I'm doing other things, right? So number one, lighting, right? So the lighting, we want to be facing the window. So we want the lighting to come in at us. If you don't have great lighting naturally, then I do highly recommend that you buy a external light. It can be a ring light. It can be the light like I have, like these thin lights. I think these are really aesthetic looking. So I got these and they look, I think, a lot better than the ring lights look. The ring lights look a little like you're filming TikToks, right? And that's not really the intention I'm going for. And so I like these aesthetically, but you can get a ring light, whatever it is. Highly, highly, highly recommend that. I mean, any video editor or a videographer, anybody that you talk to will always say that natural light is really not as great as like this artificial light because you can control this artificial light. You can control what it looks like. Now, I personally like natural light. I like the way I look in natural light, so I use natural light, but that's just my preference. Number two, a microphone. Please get a microphone so that your audio quality is better than what's coming through your computer. Number four is the standing desk. So having a standing desk, right? Super important. Now, a couple other things that make my life really, really, really efficient and really effective I'm going to share with you is number one, as you can see, I'm also recording this on one of my phones. So I have two phones. I'm recording this on my phone, but I have a stand right here. So just a nice iPhone stand that's perfect, that's easy, so that I don't have to like put my phone directly on the table. And then I also have another iPhone stand over here, and this one is a charger. So this charges my iPhone, my iPods, and it charges my iPhone. So this is my personal, that's my work phone. Having two phones has been a game changer for me as well. And so this is really nice to be able to just drop my phone here so I can keep it on Do Not Disturb or leave it on if I want to see notifications, right? So that's been a game changer. Now, again, one of the things that I'm really keen on, let me go back over here. One of the things I'm really keen on is creating a space that feels really elevated. And personally, the smell of pine makes me feel really abundant. So I love the smell of pine. The smell of pine makes me feel like money. It makes me feel like really grateful because it reminds me of Christmas. Makes me feel really abundant. It's just a smell for me that signifies like success. And for whatever reason, it signifies success. So I have purchased candles that smell like pine. And so this is not a very vibey looking candle. So I keep this one not in the video look. So like when I'm recording content, people can't see that typically, except for this one because I'm showing you behind the scenes. But I'll burn that whenever I have a sales call or whenever I have a presentation because the smell of pine starts to invoke some good feelings inside of me. So if there's a smell that you love, maybe it's lavender, maybe it's eucalyptus, maybe it's lemon, maybe it's orange. If you have a smell that you love, then I highly recommend you getting candles or some type of diffuser. And so that when you step into your space, like your office space, wherever you work from, you can start to invoke those feelings before you start to experience the results, right? So you want to feel abundant before the abundance comes. You want to feel wealthy before the wealth comes. The other thing is I also have over here, right? So when we're thinking about how to build authority, a couple things that we do. So I have a candle burning. So this is another wood. It has like amber and it has fir needle. So it very much smells like pine for me. And then I have a background, right? So this is my background for my camera, for my Zoom camera. And as you can see, I have like my prospecting system drawn out here. I live in Florida, so I like this looks vibey. And then I have some of my favorite books here. I have some of the stationery for Team Scotty Taylor Jr. So Team Scotty Taylor Jr. stationery. So when students join any of my programs, I send them a little card. And so this looks professional, right? This looks good. I have some of my friends here. I have like some notes here. I have this tree, actually this snake plant helps clear pollution and any negative energy. So I love having that there as well. And again, all of this is with the intention of when I'm here and I'm recording content, this is what you see in the background. This looks professional. This also showcases my personality. These are all things that I enjoy. Like this is my birthday, right? So October 19th, I have a candle for my birthday. I have more pine scented candles. I have my Cartier because I love my Cartier bracelet. I have some of the books that I've loved reading. And it just looks nice, right? Like I have my diptyque candle. So it just looks professional and it looks good. So these are the things that are small, but they're really important. And not only does it feel great, but it also looks good and it looks professional. And that's really important because it's not just enough about like how you dress and how you sound. It's also very much your background. And so you want to make sure that you're backlit. You want to make sure that you sound crisp and clear. You want to make sure that you have a external monitor, that you're putting your camera in a good positioning, that the lighting is good. My friends, all of this stuff is stuff that I was never taught as a financial advisor, never taught. And I know that none of us are taught this because I get on Zoom calls with most of you folks and you're like this and it's like bad quality and you're backlit. And I'm like, man, you would look so much more professional if you just structured your camera and you were just a little bit more thoughtful and intentional with how you were presenting yourself to your clients. Okay, my friends, I put all of the links to everything in the show notes. I don't get any referral payout for any of these things. This is really just a value add. I really truly want you to be seen as more professional, be seen as more successful, and also feel more professional, more successful. Oh, one other thing I forgot to mention. Let me actually flip this around here. So when I am recording content, I like to wear my better quality shirts. So this, and I have my little assistant here, Cashew. So she lays next to me while I record content, and I like to wear and some of you may recognize some of these shirts from some of the content that I do, right? So I have like some of my nicer shirts that I put here. And I have these little hooks to hang up my shirts here so that when I'm recording content, if I decide to wear one of these shirts, boom, I pop the shirt on, right? We're talking about like efficiency. We're talking about effectiveness. I'm not trying to run over to my bedroom and pick out a shirt and decide what shirt should I wear. When inspiration hits, like when I'm feeling good, I want to just pop on a shirt and just get going. Like that's the kind of vibe that I want. As soon as I'm done recording this, I'm going to record more, but as soon as I'm done recording content, I'm going to take my shirt off, take my pants off, change into like my comfortable athletic wear and finish working for the rest of the day. But it's easy for me to access this, and the ease, the simplicity, the access, these are small things that actually will make a bigger impact because they save you time, they save you energy, and you don't have to decide. Like all of those shirts are on brand. They're on brand. They're colors that are on brand. So I don't have to think like, what shirt should I wear today? I have 4 options. That's it. Go over and pick one, Scotty. It doesn't matter. Just pick one. I know I look good in all of them. I know their colors are on brand for me. So again, I don't get any commission or any type of kickback for recommending any of these things. These are all just things that I have used that I really, really have appreciated. You can check out in the show notes below all the links to everything I mentioned, including the link to this camera, the Sony camera that I'm using to record content. I would imagine for a lot of you, like maybe 95% of you, you don't need a quality this level because this is like upwards of $700. However, the camera for your computer is like 60 bucks. Highly, highly, highly recommend. So if you take nothing away from this entire conversation, number 1, get an external camera. Number 2, face a window. That's literally it. Those are the biggest things to note. I hope this was helpful. I support you. I can't wait to see all of your beautiful, bright, well-lit faces and great audio next time I see you on a Zoom. All right, take care, my friends.